Ouch, ouch, ouch. In the very northwest corner of Montana State, and just a few miles from the Canadian border, sits a high mountain peak that you guys might be able to kind of see on the camera up here. It's got a very suiting name, Northwest Peak, and perched on top of it is a high fire lookout that you have to hike to, but that one can stay in if they want to, and that is what we're doing today. We're hiking to Northwest Peak to stay in the fire lookout, and we're about halfway through the hike. It's only about 2.5 miles total to get up to the top, and we're hoping to stay there overnight. You got me and the Lolster. There was another car down at the trailhead, so I don't know what that's looking like. I'm kind of hoping they were just day hiking up, but if they're staying there, then we might have to figure out something else if there's not enough room. Again, we're about halfway through. Let's get up the rest of the way. We're gonna have it to ourselves. So I just stopped and talked to the hikers that were also parked at the trailhead because they were just day hiking up. Nice couple from Leavenworth. Talked to them for a few minutes, and they said that they got up at the fire lookout. They didn't actually go inside because they thought it was completely locked up. So I'm hoping that it's actually available and accessible. I did call the ranger station that serves this area a couple days ago, and they said it should be open. So I'm hoping that we can actually get in, but if not, I do have a plan B, and I brought a tent. Let's go. It's spitting snow on us. Northwest Peak, we made it. I really hope we can get in. It looks like these just pivot and it should open. I don't think it's on any kind of hinges, so it's gonna swing down. I think. Oh my gosh. Look at that. to do this with one hand. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. We made it. This is so cool. Wow. Look at that. This is the coolest thing. I've never done anything like this. And look at the view. This is our home for the night. Come on, up. Good girl. I am so happy to be here and done with that, because now I can take 2.5 gallons of water out of my backpack. That's like 22 pounds worth of water that I hiked up here. But it should be more than enough to get me and this thing by. So it's a little after 5 in the evening. It's pretty cold up here at Northwest Peak. So the elevation is 7,705 feet, and feeling it. We can see our breath already in the lookout tower. So I think we're in for a pretty cold night, but it's so worth it because these views are just so amazing. So I thought I'd come out and give you guys a quick tour while we had a little daylight left. So to the south, we've got all of Montana, the Knicksu National Forest. Down below me, we've got a alpine lake. This one's called Davis Lake. And then to the north and down below, we have 2 more alpine lakes called Hawkins Lakes. And my plan is to hike down into those tomorrow morning and then hike out back to the car and make a little loop out of the whole trip. But to the west, we basically got the whole Idaho Panhandle National Forest. To the north, we have the Purcell Mountains of Montana. Like, Montana is right there. I passed a Border Patrol truck or agent on the road to get to the Lookout Trailhead today. And then, I mean, you can see even the Canadian Rockies. Pretty sure I can see Glacier National Park. It's so cool out here, you guys. So I'm pretty stoked about it. But we're probably just gonna settle in for the night, make some dinner. The only light in the lookout tower is when I have the door open. I did bring a couple light sources, but I don't know how well they're actually going to work. But yeah, I'm just hoping tonight isn't too bad. So But however it ends up being, I'll take it because this is so cool. So over here behind the lookout, we have our own little outhouse that we'll go check out. All right. Always have to have a backup plan. Out. Not sure if I'll use it, but can't beat that view. I just keep coming outside because the views are incredible. It's a little after 6. We don't have a lot of light left, but it's golden hour, and man, check it out. These are so good. Did you guys know that I have a snack, a cookie brand named after me? Heavenly Hunks. Sit. Well, good morning. First things first, we're doing up a hot bevy. We're doing bone broth for part of our breakfast. So last night got pretty cold. You know, I think I mentioned yesterday that we're over 7,700 feet above sea level elevation, whatever, and it makes a difference. It's cold up here. It's still hard to believe to me that a lookout like this can sit this high up on a little mountain peak and that we can access it to come and stay in it. It's so cool. But yeah, it was cold last night. Didn't get a ton of sleep because of it. Probably got an hour or two. I think Lolly got a little more than I did probably. But there was an animal poking around outside the lookout at some point. In my mind, it was either a mountain goat or bear. I think it was a mountain goat. You kind of hear the rocks moving, and it was big enough to make the uneven rocks move, if you will, if that makes sense. But we were never bothered. So it ended up being a good night. It's about 7:30 in the morning right now. Making a little bone broth, a little breakfast, and then we're probably going to start packing up here in a little bit. This morning is making up for any cold that I was last night or yesterday. The sun actually has some heat to it. It's warm. And this isn't too bad. You know, usually when I eat my breakfast, I have my morning coffee, I drink my coffee, and I don't remember a time since I started hiking and backpacking years ago that I didn't actually bring coffee. This might be the first trip ever. However, I did bring something along that will give me that morning boost and energy that I'm kind of looking for, and that is nothing other than my Magic Mind mental performance shot. So Magic Mind just comes in this little 2-ounce bottle. You can sip it, you can shoot it, and it contains 12 all-natural ingredients that help promote a sharper mind, lower stress, and gives you nice, calm energy. It does have 55 milligrams of caffeine in it. Now, I can't recommend Magic Mind more to you guys from someone who is always tired from working shift work or not sleeping while backpacking. I really love the stuff. It has a great taste to it, and it works. Now, if you guys want to try Magic Mind for yourself, there's essentially 2 ways that you can get it. You can buy it, one-time purchase, or you can subscribe to it, which will save you some money in the long run. A couple of the perks that you get when subscribing to Get Magic Mind is you get free shipping, and you can cancel it at any time. Now, if you guys do want to try Magic Mind and say you only get it the one time, or you subscribe to it and you don't like it, you can always get a hold of Magic Mind, and they will give you your money back 100% guaranteed, no questions asked, no return expected. Magic Mind offers a 15 or a 30 pack for you guys to try out for yourselves. I personally get a 30 pack delivered in my mailbox monthly, and I'm always so excited when it arrives in the mail. Now, if you guys want to try Magic Mind out for yourself, whether you're an existing subscriber or a first-time buyer, go ahead and use the discount code DannyS20. That'll get you 20% off a one-time purchase, or if you want to subscribe, that can get you up to 48% off a subscription of Magic Mind as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's gearing up to be a nice day today, high of 68 degrees. Might not be a bad day to get up into the mountains. Enjoy that bluebird sky. Something like that. So I'm about 90% packed up here at the lookout, and I just wanted to show you guys around the lookout tower one more time, show you some things that I didn't show you last night. So we got this little compartment. Looks like they just keep a bunch of tools in here. Miscellaneous stuff. And then obviously we have 3 cots. Again, I put the door on top of it. We're going to put that back. Just some really old metal cans and containers. If anyone has any idea what this stuff is, let me know, because they have, I think, more of it down here. I don't know. Tools, mouse traps, rope, nails, things for repair, saws, a broom, shovel, a ladder, a bunch of lumber kind of up in the rafters, and down below. It sounds to me like they're going to be doing a big renovation on this maybe next year, adding windows, and I think that'll be pretty cool. Might have to come back sometime. Down here in the floor, we have a little secret hatch. Just looks like cleaning supplies as well. Nothing too crazy. That's kind of it. Sorry, Walt. Look out. Good girl. Okay, so we are officially out of the Northwest Peak lookout tower, and we're back on the trail. So when I kind of made this route up, I either could have just did a there and back type trip up to the peak, back down to the trailhead, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to make it a loop and hike down to Hawkins Lakes. Now, when I made the route, I didn't actually see a trail that led down there, and I was kind of half expecting to have to do some cross-country type hiking to get down to the lakes, and it looked doable, but there actually might be a trail, and it's one we're on. And so if there is a trail, it'd be a lot nicer. It'll be a lot easier to actually get down to the lake, or to the lakes. But once we get down there, we'll probably just hang out for a few, and then my goal was to make it a loop style trip. And so then we'll hike out just a really short distance to the Hawkins Lakes trailhead, and then we'll walk the road back to the Northwest Peak trailhead. So we're on the trail now. Let's get down to Hawkins. Okay, so just for reference, we were up there. That's Northwest Peak. And the route that I made to get down to Hawkins Lakes was actually going to take us down this finger ridge. And then it might be kind of hard to see on camera, but there's like a boulder scree field right there that we were going to take down to the first Hawkins Lakes. And then the other one is on the other side of that finger ridge. Now, the trail that we found took us more west. And now we're up here kind of on this ridge, and we're getting ready. It almost looks like we're about to circumnavigate the lake, and I'm not sure if there's a way down. I'm hoping there is, but I'm starting to pick roots on the side of that hill so we can hopefully get down somehow. But that's kind of where we're at. What do you think, Lal? We just keep walking to Canada? Nice. So I've completely lost whatever trail I was on. So no idea where it went. It just kind of like teetered out into like a little game trail, and then I'd find one, I'd lose one, I'd find one, and then I just kind of punched out kind of on top of the ridge here, and you can see upper Hawkins Lake, and then now we can finally see lower, wherever it is on the camera. But I think we're just gonna walk it a little bit longer. I'm looking at my GPS and I'm looking at like slope angles, and I'm just gonna choose the line that looks the least steep, and then we'll take off and make our way down somehow, one way or another. You can see the road right down there. This doesn't look too bad. So I cannot believe that we just descended that. It took a little while. We only fell twice, but we made it. And now this is what we have to tackle. Check this out. So we have this really fun looking small scree boulder field thing. We've got to make it down to that tree line. And then theoretically, if we walk straight, we should intersect the trail for Lower Hawkins Lake. I think it should kind of take us like this, and Lower Hawkins Lake will be right there. We can take 5 get this dog some water, and then we'll make our way finally to the car. Now this is not going to be fun. This is some thick stuff, but we gotta get through it, I guess. So. I think I see the trail. Oh. That was rough. Hawkins Lake, lower Hawkins Lake, we made it. It probably took me 10 minutes. The little trailhead sign from the little road that we were on said it was only a 3/4 of a mile hike, if that, and we killed it in no time. So we're just gonna hang out here because that was a lot of hiking that we just did from the tower, and I think we're just gonna take 5. We don't have a ton of time to kill, but we're just gonna take 5, eat a snack before we have to hike the main road all the way back to the car, which should be, I don't know, probably a good few miles of road walking. It's gonna be fun, but let's get this pack off. Take 5. You know, living in Idaho, I'm surrounded by mountain ranges, which is awesome for what I like to do. You know, in northern Idaho, I have the Selkirk Mountains. To the east in Montana, I have the Cabinets and the Purcells. To the west, I have the Cascades of Washington. To the south, I've got like the Seven Devils Range, the Sawtooths if I want to go a little bit further. Long story short, I'm surrounded. It's awesome. And everything that I've known about hiking and backpacking when it comes to doing it in the fall time in October is go to Washington, go to the Cascades for the large hikes. And I've never really had the best timing. I haven't seen them over in the Cascades well, so I just haven't been able to make it out there. But man, I will tell you, Montana is giving the Cascades a run for their money on this trip. It's beautiful. You can't beat it. All right, well, last push out to the car, huh? What do you think? So I just saw this sign on the way out. Road walking, pillow talking, we're walking that road again. Rest in peace, Toby. I wish I had a bicycle, I wish I had a bike. I wish I had a bicycle. I'm out of breath. I wish I had a bike. I really do. I really do. All right, the car is in view. It's about time to call it a wrap for this trip up to Northwest Peaks Fire Lookout and a little side trip down to Hawkins Lakes. You can't ask for much better, man. For an October hike, it's beautiful out. The weather today was great. And this is one I would probably do again. In total, we're probably ending up right around 7.5 miles for this trip with just under 2,000 feet of elevation. Really not too bad. And yeah, check it out for yourself sometime if you feel up for it. Big thanks to Magic Mind for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check my link down in the description box below. I highly recommend it to you guys. I think you'll love it. And I think that's a wrap for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a big thumbs up on this video. We will see you on the next video.